Bees in the flowers, birds in the trees, nature's beauty in things like these. Rivers and mountains, valleys so wide, stars in the heavens, deep blue they are. Everyday artists, the old and the new, color each day a bright golden hue. Now that we know you, our story begins. Come and be with us, artists and friends. Da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum.
Oh, Rip.
Hi.
Thank you for coming over. I have something I need you to do.
Oh, good. What do you want me to do, Miss Polly?
Well, you see, I have these geometric forms, and Miss White, the math teacher, wants to borrow them. And so I want to put them in this bag. This is a cylinder right here, remember? We've studied several of these forms. You remember this one?
Oh, I think I do, Miss Polly. That's a cube.
Very good. Good for you. Do you know this one?
Let's see, Miss Polly. I don't remember that one.
Oh, that's the cone. You know, could be an ice.
Oh, yeah, like an ice cream cone.
Right. And here's one we talked about quite a bit.
Oh, that looks like a ball. I can't remember the name of it, though, Miss Polly. It's a long word or a hard word anyway.
Well, you were right. It does look like a ball. A sphere. Around.
Sphere, yeah.
And this is solid form. And do you remember this one? It's like the first one.
Oh, yeah, it's a cylinder.
Good for you. We'll be using that term today. And then this form right here. Now, this is solid form.
Oh, that looks like a big yellow egg.
Oh, very good. This is an oval shape. And, or rather a form, because it's solid. And that's the difference between shape and form. We'll draw the shape on paper, but this is a solid form. And putting them in this sack for you to take to Miss White. She'll be at the PTA meeting.
Oh, good, Miss Polly. I wanted to go over to the PTA meeting to see all the children's art.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad it's on display. And you know, have you noticed all the art I have today? We're drawing pictures of people, and I have people that have been drawn by various age students. And some have been painted, and some have used crayons. Look, Sheila Pack has even drawn a portrait of Miss Polly.
Oh,
see the TV lights?
She sure did.
I'm very proud of my pictures on here. Now, if you take this to Miss White, you'll need to know what she looks like, right?
Oh,
so
I
you'll
sure
know
will, Miss Polly.
All right. She's medium build, about 5'4".
Okay.
Has lots of black hair.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And young, she's young, and has dark brown eyes. Oh, yeah, she wears those big round eyeglasses.
Oh, big glasses, yeah. I can find her now, Miss Polly.
Okay, I think you can, too. So here are the forms, and I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Oh, no problem, Miss Polly. I'll be right back.
Okay, bye-bye. You know, when you describe people, you think you're describing them very well, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to remember. And why don't you play a game in your classroom, and this will be good for you to remember just how people look. For example, think of a person, one of your classmates, and you describe that person. See if the other classmates can guess who it is by your description. And this helps you when you're about to draw people. And another thing to do is to look at people. You know, every person is a little bit different, so why don't you study them? And a good way to study people is to look at them if you ride the school bus home. So why don't you look at these people and see if you can describe them to yourself as we look at them on the school bus. Wasn't that fun, going along with those school children? And every one of them was different, but maybe you saw someone that looks a little bit like your classmate. You see, everyone has similar things about them. For example, the basic shape of the head. Let's talk about that. It's an oval shape, and it's really kind of an egg shape that's tapered. And we'll start with that, but let's talk about what we're going to draw on. I have a piece of drawing paper here, and it's kind of large. It's about 12 by 18. I hope you'll draw kind of large. In fact, I'd like for you to draw about the size of the person's real head in real life. And you might look at someone as you draw. That's always kind of fun. Use your pencil, if you have a nice black pencil, if you have a charcoal pencil. This one is a black pencil, but I think I'll look for a charcoal pencil. If you do have stick charcoal, I like it because it's shorter. In fact, here's a charcoal pencil that's short, and I like to hold it like you would chalk going to the blackboard or to your chalkboard. Do you know, that would be a good thing to do. Go to the chalkboard and draw with chalk and practice first, then go back to your seat and finish up, do your portrait on paper to keep. Now let's start with the basic shape of the head. Right, that egg shape. And I'll draw it right about here. And I'm bringing it to a point. And if you don't get it right the first time, don't be afraid to draw it again. Just draw it lightly the first time and then go back and draw it heavier. Don't erase. Just keep drawing until you have a shape you like. Now, after you have that shape, the next most important thing is to place the eyes right. And it may surprise you, but eyes are about halfway down from the top of the head to the chin. All right, well, I'm going to draw a line now for the eyes. And you notice I curved the line a little bit, and that helps me feel that this head is really a form. And that line is to guide me for the eyes. Now, I sometimes think of an almond shape for eyes, and I draw the top part kind of like an almond, but you know the lower part of the eye doesn't go up nearly as much, and the sides kind of slope down like that. Now, let's draw the iris next. We know that iris is round, but seldom do you see the whole iris. If you show the whole iris, sometimes you look too surprised. Now let's shade in the iris, and I'll leave a little white place for the eye. Now, let me go over here and place the other eye before I add some more to the eyes. Sloping down on the outer side and kind of flat on the bottom. And sometimes it's hard to get them exactly the same size. So you can change that a little bit when you add the lid of the eye. Now watch. I can add a lid showing that, and this one here, and then underneath the eye, about like so. Now the nose would be in the center of the face, and let's just make a line like this for the lower part of the nose. And watch out for making heavy nostrils for the nose. Now, the mouth comes somewhere between the nose and the chin. Just remember this, it's a little closer to the nose, and draw the opening of the mouth first. And this can be kind of dark because you know your mouth is inside and it opens up, and let's just show the upper part of the lip. And sometimes it helps to add a little bit to the corner that makes that mouth fit into the face better. Then the lower lip comes like this, and sometimes there's shadow there. Now let's go back up to the eyes. You need eyebrows. And it might be kind of fun to feel of your eyes and feel that actually there's an opening behind the eyes, and that is often shaded. You could shade it a little bit. Now, let's place the ears next. If you look at someone straight on, the top of the ear is usually about even with the top of the eye, and the lower part of the ear comes down about even with the nose. And if you're looking straight at them, you see both ears. Don't forget the neck is like a cylinder, and you can shade it with, because it'd be kind of shadows, you can make surface lines. And now you're probably wondering, is this a boy or a girl? Well, there was a certain boy on that bus ride that wore his hair kind of like this, and I need to fill in hair. He even had hair kind of in front of his ears like this. And then you can spend as much time as you like on hair. And, oh, he had a shirt that looked something like this. It was kind of open at the neck. Try to make that shirt go around the back of the neck, the collar. Fill in the collar. Make it look like it's going around the back of the neck. And now the shoulders are very important. They really kind of slope like this. And don't forget the sleeve. Show that armhole, and that helps show the shirt better. Then, if you're drawing a certain person in your room, what kind of shirt is he wearing? You might go ahead and fill it in, show a few of the checks, and what have you. Now, I hope this helps you when you're drawing people. Let me show you quickly, if you were looking sideways, what would you do? You would draw an oval shape like this. Now, some of you have learned to draw with a square if you're looking at the profile. All right, this come in, the nose would come out like that, and go ahead and show the side of the eye. Looks different from the side. Coming down to the chin, the cheekbone, the jawbone, and then your lips. The ear would be about here, and you might make this one look like a girl, giving her plenty of hair. I hope that you'll look at people. That would just give you a rough idea of how to do the profile, too. Do you know, I've just thought of something. I have been working on a portrait of Miss White, and I have it over here. And why didn't I think to show it to Rip before I sent him to the middle school? Look, if I just had this, I could show it to him. Oh, my goodness, she was wearing a scarf that day, and she didn't have her glasses on. I wonder if he had any trouble.
Miss Polly!
Oh, Rip, there you are.
Miss Polly, I couldn't find her.
Oh, Rip, I'm sorry. You know, I have a portrait of Miss White right here that I've been working on. I should have shown it to you.
Oh, Miss Polly, if I'd have had that, I could have went right to her. I saw her over there, but, you know, she was just up there talking that math, you know, them sets and subsets and takeaways and timeses and all that. It's good.
Leaves in the flowers, birds in the trees, nature's beauty in things like these. Rivers and mountains, valleys so wide, stars in the heavens, deep blue they hide. Everyday artists, the old and the new, color each day a bright golden hue. Now that we know you, our story begins. Come and be with us, artists and friends. Da 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 dum.